I got out of the program. I stayed in the woods for over a year, keeping sober.
I know, that's
because
so
I needed to work
fascinating.
on myself and to find myself. I had to work, man. I didn't even know how to do it.
Welcome to the Focal Flip Podcast. Every week we take a deep dive into the mystery and stigma behind mental health and explore real-life stories of struggle and triumph. We aim to educate and encourage others as we bring together a diverse group of guests. From the streets to sanctuaries, classrooms to boardrooms, mental health does not discriminate, neither do we. Prepare to laugh, prepare to cry, prepare to be changed. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back. Focal Flip Podcast. I've got my man Beak, Philly Jerry. My man Jerry is here. This episode we're getting ready to do, we're actually going to run before what we just recorded. So Jerry and I have known each other for about a year. We work together and speak together in different rooms of recovery and programs. And the amount of growth that he's had has been just amazing. Jerry's 60 years old and has, endured a life of a lot of different situations, some traumas, some anger, some aggression, some family stuff, just a lot of things that go into people's lives and the areas that they live and when they move. And so Jerry has, pretty much a pretty colorful history. A lot of the stuff that he's not, proud of, and a lot of the things that he's proud of now because he's got a year of sobriety under your belt.
Yeah, almost 15 months.
And more than that, yeah. So, it's incredible. So today, what's been interesting is a lot of people have been asking me questions or in passing, and a lot of stuff that keeps coming up about homelessness. Mm-hmm. Okay. I am very familiar with the homeless community. I'm very familiar with how all of it works and the different types of circumstances and situations and mental health, drugs and alcohol and just a lot of different things and traumas that happen to people where they end up in situations where they find themselves not having a place to sleep.
Yeah.
You personally have endured that.
Yes. Well, I came here from Oregon, and I was living in the woods then. And I came here with a woman that came with me across the country. And we've been together 27 years.
Wow.
But we came here, we were in a tent. And a lot of people think that most people that are homeless, now I'll say 99% are definitely had no other option because they were either in drug addiction or mental health and have nowhere to go. Family members dying and the house being sold out from under them, all kinds of things, losing a job, losing their home during the last that ball of the economy in 08. Well, in 2016, I went into the woods in the Florence area, and me and my girl had about $30,000 in the bank.
Oh, wow.
And it's because this is how much I really hated to be around people, and I just hated people.
Yeah, just for anybody who doesn't know, you're going to find out in another episode that Jerry was diagnosed with antisocial, super sane.
When I was 17 years old.
17 years old. Okay, keep going.
And so I just really just didn't want to be around people no more because I just saw that everybody was just wanting something always from me. And most of my life, I bought my friendships.
Oh, okay.
So, I was the one that brought the party, and I didn't realize that until just recently. And that's what I did my whole life. I bought all my friends because I was that awkward person. But it was weird. I could talk to girls, but I just couldn't relate to people. Didn't want to. I had a good upbringing, but I just chose to be that out of bounds kid. The one kid.
Were you the black sheep?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Clearly, definitely. My brothers go to the military, and I do, but I end up in prison, so at the end of all that.
Yeah, and you were the
when
black
I get
sheep.
out. So I was definitely the black sheep. But, for the homelessness part, I go out there. I don't have like anxiety or bipolar or anything like that. It's just, I do have empathy and things, but then I just don't care. You know,
When you're out there, you mean?
no, just even before that, you know, I'd listen to I'll remember everything you said to me 10 years from now. And if I could use something you said against you later, I would.
Ooh.
And this is what I did my whole life.
Better not do that now.
Well, so yeah. So the thing is, people would come to me for advice, you know, and it was weird that, you know, I realized that we should never give someone else advice because it'd come around to bite you in the ass in the end. So what I would do is I would do it in such a mean, vicious way, give you advice. And my girl could tell you that, yeah, man, the people don't hate you. They like you, Jerry. It's just, you were always just, you know, you're mean. No, you don't want to hear the truth. And I wanted to be so vicious about it that I've made a couple grown men cry, you know, being that kind of viciousness, just with my words. And because they really saw themselves, you know, when they realized that I was telling them the honest truth about themselves.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. I got off on it.
Wow.
You know, and, but, so I spend 8 years in the woods from 2016 up until June 17th
I know, I'm so
of
pumped.
this year.
I'm pumped about this part. Yeah.
So I literally stopped drinking like alcohol like 8 years ago. You know, I've had like 3 beers in the last, about within the first 4 years, I probably had like 3 beers, but I haven't had one in like 4 years.
Wow.
And I stopped smoking weed around the same time I stopped drinking. I just lost the taste for all of it. But then I messed around with that meth out there in the woods.
Oh, boy.
And that went on for 6 years.
Okay.
So the thing is the mental health issue out here is bad. You know, it's because some of these people probably really need to be in somewhere.
Yeah, behavioral health center.
Yeah, and they're not, you know, and it's just shameful that it goes on. You got, like me in particular, in 2022 on 4th of July, I ended up shooting a guy for trying to stab me with a syringe. I shot him with a 22 break barrel rifle.
Okay.
And he tried to stab me with a syringe.
Are we allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, we can talk about this because the case was dismissed.
Okay.
Without prejudice, so they could have still brought the case on me up until November of last year.
Okay.
So they didn't. You know, he lied about the whole thing anyway.
Well, that's okay. Let's not, yeah.
So I shoot him. So 4 days later, it's just a Thursday, they come and question me about the shooting, right? And I get caught with like, I don't know, 5 grams, whatever, 3.5, 5 grams of meth.
Wow.
And
yeah.
so they charge me for that and don't charge me for the shooting at first. So I signed an agreement that I'll take a 2 years deferment on probation for the drugs. So I make it until like about, I'd say, 3rd week, 4th week of January. And then I'm messing around with the meth again. Well,
why?
You know what? Ask me why I drank.
Ooh.
You know, ask me why I did drugs.
Like it. Keep going. Never mind. I got you.
So it's
So
honestly the only thing I can say is I don't know.
I know. Me too.
You know,
That's how I was too.
Just that was at my 46 years of my 60 years. I've got higher drunk.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, literally 46 years.
Yeah.
And
That's so wild.
hell, I was on
true.
Ritalin for 9 years. So I mean, I've been on some mind-altering drug or alcohol since I've been like 5 years old. So I pee hot on the 4th of April with my probation officer. So I lied to him and said, no, I didn't do it. And then when I came back on the 19th, he said, what's up? I said, man, I'm sorry, man, I did. You know, I got high, blah, blah, blah. And he said, okay. He said, well, now I'm going to send you because I'm recommending IOP for you.
Okay, intensive outpatient.
Yeah, intensive outpatient program. So I go and see the lady at probation, and she said, no, you're going into a program. So I get sent to, am I allowed to say where I got sent?
Yeah, that's fine. Where'd
I
you
went
go?
to RTC Transitions.
Okay, yeah.
And so
Mary Andy Travis Residential Treatment Center.
I'm told this on the 19th that I got to be there the next day.
Oh.
Right? Now, I haven't done any drugs now since I actually got high that morning.
Wow.
And so that was the last day I got high. So now my sobriety date is 4/20/2023.
Shut the front door.
What was weird was as I go to that program that next day, the night before, I find out some stats are like 1 make it, 10 to 12 to 14 die, the rest relapse. So I go to program, they tell me it's 28 days. Except for the day I got there, they changed it to 45. So they don't tell me. And I go through the program. But while I was there, I knew I wanted to be that one. So with the homelessness, man, there's just so many problems out there that there isn't enough resources. And the resources they have, the people that are kind of working it, they're doing the best they can, but they don't really realize what some of these people are really going through, that they need to get into places, because there's no way of being able to pull yourself up from your bootstraps out there unless you have some really good willpower.
Sure.
And that is just to really just not caring that you're there and just go do it. But there's a lot of resources.
What's a way to change the perspective on homeless community in general? Because a lot of the folks that I see, just be real, it's like they're scared. People get scared, like they get scared of the
They don't
homeless
understand
folks.
that a lot of these homeless people,
Yeah.
they're really
People are
kind.
seriously scared of it.
They're-
And they just try to
they're-
ignore
we'll
you.
do
And they don't
anything.
want to look at.
We'll do anything for you. You asked us. I swear to God, I'd do anything for you.
I've been learning that.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask any of,
I've helped so many people while I was out there. Even though I hate people, I can't believe that would still help someone.
yeah.
That I believe is something that I had in me my whole life.
So how do we, as people,
Just
how are we able to differentiate between the good and the bad?
well, the good and the bad. So the thing is the ones
In
that
the
look like
homeless
they're really
community.
strung out, kind of just leave them alone. Because you're not going to help them. All you're going to do is enable them if you give them money.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing
know,
that I wanted to
so-
talk about too. Is like you don't
Just buying something to eat,
get some food.
giving it to somebody.
That's what I do. I get food.
I mean, that's
Food or
a
like
lot of these
clothes,
people don't
gloves
know
or
how
something in the winter.
They don't know how to start even a fire. So, and that's ridiculous. But you're living in the woods and don't know how to start a fire, or just being homeless and don't have something way to cook something.
Yeah.
So just buying someone something to eat that's already cooked. That's these people take it. They have no problem with it.
A lot of the community
Just don't give them money. That's like the worst thing, because all they're going to do is buy drugs with it. I'll be honest, that or something to drink.
Yeah, and that sucks for the one person or the two people that end up being homeless and they don't own anything and they're actually asking for money and then they don't get money because
Well, a lot of those
they
just-
fall under the stigma of being the addict.
Well,
but they're not.
A lot of those people are a bunch of con artists too. So,
There we
I mean,
go. See, this is what I wanted to get into, Jared.
Because I've actually been on the bus. I've ridden the
Okay,
bus
so
here.
let's talk about
All right.
Let's talk about the con artists. You said
All
a
right,
lot of
so
them are
that's what
con
I'm gonna
artists
do.
too.
So I've rode tank bus,
Okay.
number one, and a few others, but on one alone, I've seen people get on that bus with their sign coming out of apartments, nice complexes.
Yeah, we've all seen it too.
So, and then they'll go sit somewhere with a sign saying, I'm homeless, blah, blah. You homeless?
Yeah.
How dare you? I'm homeless. Because
Yeah.
I was
At
out
the end
there.
of the day, we're not really going to know, are we?
I got out of the program. I stayed in the woods for over a year, keeping sober.
I know that's
Because
what's
I
so
needed to work
fascinating.
on myself and to find myself. I had to work, man. I didn't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
And then they gave me a key to Alano, and I still didn't go there every day. And then one day I said, man, I need to understand this book. So I started going every day for the 10 o'clock, 12.
Yeah,
Hell,
boy.
I was chairing the 12 every day.
Yeah, you get
Hell,
in
a lot
there.
of the 4 o'clock.
Daily
Then I'm
reprieve.
there for the 6, and I'm chairing some of the 6s, and I'm there for
Cool.
the 8s.
Yeah.
So I do this for like 7 months, and I found myself. I found peace. Got that chatter that's always in our head gone. When it starts to rear its ugly head, it's weird. It's like that weird thought comes from over here, and this side of my brain says, that ain't what you want.
You're getting healthy.
So,
You're getting healthy.
Yes, and I love that. So I
Back
decided.
to the homelessness piece real quick.
All right.
It's going to be hard for people really even to differentiate it, but a lot of people we know and that are out there, are good Samaritans and just good citizens and good human beings. So we want to help. So what is the best way to be able to utilize awareness? Okay, hold on. Just let me ride this through. What's the best way for us as humans to be able to utilize awareness when we encounter the homeless community? Because I've seen, man, in my life, I have gained everything and lost everything twice. You know, technically could have been homeless at one point. Thank goodness for some family and friends, right? So when we know that there's problems that are out there in society and out there in the world, you were actually in the woods. You've been in Philly. You've been in Oregon. You're in the Midwest here in Northern Kentucky, tri-state area, right? How can we, let's say I'm pulling up on the intersection and I'm, you know, wherever, and somebody's out and they've got their sign. Well, and I'll be honest, I immediately when I see them, I feel guilty.
If somebody's got better teeth than you, don't give them money.
Okay, there we go.
Because you'll notice you can tell there is the ones that you can see. There is resources to take showers, things like that.
Yeah,
and
right. There's a lot of good ones.
A lot of them do it.
Yeah.
So it's not that clean person. It's that real dirty person. They're trying to keep it that way. It's the one that looks like he's really homeless that's not.
Wow.
Okay, that's what I was talking about, the con artists. Yeah. Hell, I did it in Philly for a while there, panhandled.
Really?
Yeah, because I went and asked for a specific amount. I'd say, can you spare some change for something to eat? And that's basically what they're writing on these signs. You know, and these people that write their vets and all that. No, a veteran would not put that I'm a vet on there. Okay, they're too proud to do that. But if they are, you know, panhandling, that's different. You know,
sure.
But they won't put down that they're a vet. That's just, you know, these are just some of the cons. You know, but for me, just being treated like a normal person. Yeah. You know, just treat me like you would anybody else.
Right.
Because I've helped people out there, even in my addiction and my homelessness. Yeah. I still helped people because I'm a human being. I didn't even realize that I was one. Because to me, my whole life, I acted like I acted a creature my whole life.
Yeah.
Like I was a creature that walked on this earth. I wasn't a human being because I didn't care. No, I'd listen to everything you had to say, but I didn't care.
Golly, you're so different.
And my girl, she loves it.
We're gonna have to bring you on for more stuff because we talk so much, but. When we tap into
but just treat the homeless just like they're anybody else. You know, talk to them, say hello to them.
Yeah,
you know?
That's how I feel.
Ask them, I mean, if you don't give them money. Maybe ask them if they need some clothes or some socks or something.
Just say hi.
You know, you know that's basically a lot of times, man, giving them some socks, some underwear, whatever. You know, these are the simplest acts. Sometimes brings them out of where they're at.
Yeah, so even if I were to like give one of the people a fist pump or something and I didn't have money to give them, are they offended that I didn't give them money?
No, because you're
or are they accepting? They're gracious of the fist pump. You know what I mean?
You're acknowledging them. Look at how many people walk by and act like they're not even there.
That's exactly what I was trying to get to.
And then
it's like they look and then they want to look down. And
you're going to act like you're not, but you'll take something from my cup.
Yeah, I think it's just what society and everything has done and stigmas have done in general. But like just that whole thing, I just want people to be aware. Because like, for example, for me, I was leaving the Bengals-Bills game and, you know, we see a lot of homeless folks in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area, and tri-state area in general. And one of them, I could tell, was legitimately homeless and did not have gloves on. And I was just like, boom, gloves. Because I'm like so scared to give money because I've actually given money and watched them go get alcohol.
Yeah, man. I watched
and that's what was like my last time of giving them money. And I'm like, man, Mike.
I watched the guy getting money and I was coming back from probation. I watched him getting money on the way to probation. Yeah. On the way back from probation on the shuttle. Yeah. The Newport shuttle. I watched him sitting along these steps shooting up and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And I get it. And the thing is I understand it too because of the disease of alcoholism and addiction. I get it, the mental health, and I understand it. But it's just a thing from another perspective, and that's what we do at Focal Flip. We flip everybody's perspective.
Yeah.
It's a flip back inward, but it's that awareness thing.
Yeah.
You have awareness. You can be a beast at everything, but having that awareness, it's huge. Developing empathy and compassion without being naive. Or what about just asking them, like, hey, tell me about you?
Yeah, you can do that. Some of them will tell you, or they'll tell you get lost or whatever.
Okay, if they get lost, I'm getting lost.
Yeah, but most of them, they'll tell you.
That's cool.
You know, I never had a problem when someone asked me if I was homeless. Hell yeah, I'm homeless. You know, but,
really?
Yeah, because I look at it this way. I'm not really homeless. I'm houseless. You know, I chose to be where I was at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that for a long time in my life, I went really dark. Like I said, I was a creature walking on this earth. I wasn't a human being.
Wow.
And I'm okay with that today because I learned from that. I learned to turn this around from being homeless, you know, getting sober while staying sober while still in the woods.
That's amazing.
You know, and going and signing up for IOP when I didn't have to.
Yeah.
You know, so
Good
I
for
mean,
you.
Desire,
willingness.
Yes. We have to want this in our lives. We have to want getting ourselves back into society. And a lot of these homeless people, they don't want it. And so, I mean, a lot of these people, they get strung out. They rip their families off, things like that.
Yeah, I know. They burn so many bridges.
And think there's no way out. You know, there is a way out. These step programs do work. You know.
Suggested programs that work, right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they are. They're forced suggestion. They're voluntold.
No, we follow the rules.
So,
we do. You and I are big rule followers when it comes to our program work. So
I know that. All I know is
it's special stuff.
This life, you know, it's not easy. Life isn't easy. It is what it is. How we look at it, how we perceive it. You know, our perception of life, man. When we put expectations and things like that on it, that's when we're just messing ourselves up.
Wow.
You know, plan for the future, but live for today.
Yeah. You've been out of the woods how long now?
Since 17th of last month.
All right, as we wrap this up real quick, tell them you're out of the woods now, and you are in a. Tell them
what I'm in is I'm doing
He's
work
decided
therapy.
to leave the woods now. Tell them why. Tell them why.
So I filled out an application to work with veterans. It was a work therapy thing. So they sent it to the FBI. Bang, FBI. Oh, yeah, he's good. Go. You know. They know who I am. They know I'm good around vets. I grew up around veterans my whole life. So I get in this work therapy. The funny thing is the week that I decide that I come out of the woods is when that Tuesday I said, if they don't sign me, you know, call me up, then Monday, that was the 17th, I'm going to go get my stuff, go up to Ilano, call my sponsor already knew, and I was going to go to a sober living and get a job. Well, I show up there on Friday, wanted to get people from the Ilano to drop me off, and there's a sign posted that I need to have my stuff out of there by Monday. So I get out, you know, it's no problem. I take my stuff, I go on. And I call my sponsor, and he's like, man, give me some time. I said, well, look, man, I don't want you waking anybody up at any of these sober livings because, you know, they're going to be pissed. And, so it's like he does that, and then he calls me back, man, and tells me, he's like, man, your higher power, it's all there, man. They want you to come to this program. And now since I've been there, I just passed the first responders course, de-escalation, dealing with being like a social worker, dealing with information, things like that, and another course. And then this other place called The Peer, which helps with resources and things like that, with addiction and recovery, is going to give me Peer Mentor for free next month. So sign up for that. So
let's go, man.
I talked to the woman that sent me the thing in the email for the Red Cross. It's for the first responders. Says her husband trains the people for 911.
Dude, you're serious.
That I would be
crazy.
good for that.
So, man, I'm telling you, keep doing the next.
So I'm
keep
going to
doing everything.
Well, I'm going to do both.
More gets revealed.
Yeah,
The promises come true. That's awesome. I have chills.
They want me to come fill out an application once I get the peer mentor for Welcome House, and then the lady's husband, he just called me and said that you want to come take this where they teach you how to do the 911.
Troy down the Welcome House.
Yes. So
that's awesome.
So so the girl Tiffany from the Red Cross, his husband, he trains people for the 911 operation.
That's awesome, man.
So I'll probably go through that.
I'm excited for you. Yeah. Good for you.
Yep.
We have so much stuff we're going to unpack. I'm going to actually invite you back if that's cool.
Yeah,
you're my boy.
Anytime,
you're my
brother.
boy, man. I'm really proud of you.
Well, let me get some of this other stuff going.
Yeah, at some point. No, I'm really proud of you. Like, you're similar to a lot of folks that I've met, but you were like me and a lot of others where it's just like, I have the why. You got it. Who cares about what you're diagnosed with and what we've got, right?
Yeah.
We move that to the side. What can we still do?
Yes.
And that's why I think it's amazing with you and your growth. Mm-hmm. And I know a ton of your story too, and it's so intense. But this year is where I really know you.
Yes.
And we go to meetings and stuff, and we go hang out, and then we hang out after them, and just the growth from this one year has been tremendous.
Man,
you're chairing meetings. You're doing work for the offices.
I can recite all the readings.
It's amazing. I don't want to stroke your ego, and I say this in some of my episodes, but I like to highlight and give the shout outs.
Yeah.
Because number one, you should be proud.
Oh, I am.
That is crazy hard to do.
Oh, it is.
Especially
Look where I did it from.
I know.
I did it from the woods. And I love it when people say, I can't do this. I don't know how to do it.
I know.
Just do it.
Willingly, you did it from the woods.
Yeah, I did sign up for the IOP, didn't have to. Because I knew I needed more than what that program
Yeah,
gave me.
exactly.
So I know.
I see it too.
You know.
And you kept feeding into that.
Yeah.
And in the program work, you learn, if you haven't learned yet, more gets revealed as we do one day at a time. As we, kind of break things down into smaller moments, more gets revealed. And the thing that gets revealed is your authentic self. Mm-hmm. And then you end up finding peace, love, joy, spiritual experience, psychic change, all these different things. Yeah. Call it what you want to call it. Life is better, period.
Yeah.
And then when you don't get complacent and you continue to work the stuff, it can continue to get better.
Yeah. Here's a good one. People that I used to work with and stuff like that, up until like 2016, don't drink, don't do nothing anymore. And we went fishing like about a little over a month ago. Mm-hmm. So, and they hadn't seen me in a while, and they're all getting fat bellies like I am too. So,
Jerry, I appreciate you coming on, giving us insight of that. I know, everybody knows that the solution, we know what it takes to do. We're getting ready to start to even show really what is entailed in the solution.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you. Yeah, man.
A lot of courage.
Yeah, it is. But there is a army of people and an army of support that's sitting there. Don't go kicking and screaming to it. Just take a peek at it.
Yeah. Just come into the rooms.
Yeah, and just be open-minded and just be human beings. You're going to realize that we can dumb this thing back down in life and simplify the sucker right back to the way it was designed.
I think the most beautiful thing I heard was, we're not a glum lot. If we can't laugh at our own stupidity, what can we laugh at?
We're going to have humor segments. Hit like, no, Jerry, you say it this time.
Smash that button. Smash that button. Hit
Which
likes.
button?
Smash that subscribe button. Smash it. Smash it.
Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that like.
Guys.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave some comments, man. Give Jerry some cool positive comments in here. Give him some well wishes. He's like,
I'll read them.
Just being honest, he's doing the damn thing. He's really working hard, and he's a good friend for a lot of these folks.
Yeah.
So
I'll even love you haters. It doesn't matter to me.
Dude, we love it. We rip on each other like crazy too, man. We locker room talk. All right, thank you guys. We're gonna wrap it up right here. We'll bring him back and we'll dive into more stuff. Put some questions in the comments too, if you want to know anything about homelessness, or if you think, hey, what about this, or you got something wrong, or whatever. Bring it. We have heard it all, so we love it. Okay, you ready to wrap this thing up?
If you like Focal Flips videos, my dad's videos, go to YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, and like and subscribe to be updated.
I love it.